Hey guys, just want to share one of my kits that I have, and I really enjoy, and I've had it for over a year now, and it seems to work pretty good. Besides this kit, this is basically a kit that I use for solo hikes or scouts or anything like that. Also would use this as well if I would go on a longer scout, and I brought somebody along with me. This seems to be more multi-purpose. It's from Primus, and just to show you what I have in here as an example, first thing is a plastic cup here, and what I have in this is the actual Primus Light Tech. You can see here, and again, you've seen it's been used. But what I have inside is what's really cool about this. Now, lid turns into a frying pan, so again, I could use it for multi-purpose item, fry an egg, use it for water, you know, etc. But if you look in here, let's see if I pull it out. I just have a cover like this. I usually use this to pick up the items or what I need to do on this. I'll pull this out, and again, here's another rag. And what I have here, and this is just to protect the Teflon and from scratching, because I don't want to scratch the Teflon in here. So I'll put that in here aside here for now and just show you what I have here. What this is called a Bushwacker stove. I think it's made by Trail Gear. I bought the plans for like $5 on eBay, and I tell you, it's one of the best $5 I spent in quite a while. Simple reason is you make it yourself, and I mean it costs maybe $5 to make. I'm just gonna grab a knife because I don't think I can pop the lid. Oh yeah, I can pop the lid open. Sorry about the shakiness. What this is here is basically call on the what do you call it, hobo stove, but it's a little bit more ingenious as it uses gasification. So I'm going to show you what I have inside here. I'm just going to pop the lid, and as you can see, I have multi-purpose items in here as well. I'm just going to open this part here just to show you what this looks like. This is just a regular soup can with holes inside it and on the bottom. I'm sorry if the camera doesn't catch that very well. And this is a regular paint can that you can buy for, well, it cost me $2.50 at the paint store. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be showing you two ways of cooking with this or using this. And also, I'm probably going to use the lard and take a little bit of a steel wool and kind of season it a bit, because I haven't done that last year and I should have. So let's start with what I have in here. Again, I'm going to start showing you what I'm going to use it for multi-purpose, and then I'm probably going to have to go outside and show you the other way to use this. So again, I have matches, and these are Strike Anywhere wooden matches. Works real good. They're not windproof or anything, but who cares? I've got them in a case, and it's just to use just in case. This is my main lighting ignition for this. I also use flint steel, but again, this is multi-purpose. I have a basically a compass on this and a thermometer. The good thing about this lighter is that it's like a blowtorch. It's the windproof type, and I really like it. Okay. What else I have in here is a few ounces of ethanol or alcohol. My do-it-myself alcohol stove. I also use a Trangia, depends on what one I'm in. I have 2 metal stakes, and I have some Vaseline and cotton to start the fire if I need to. And inside here I have my little round mesh to put on top to actually put a pun on top. I don't know what you want to call it, but a pot holder. Okay, so how this is going to work is that what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my alcohol stove, or the wood stove, as an alcohol stove. So what I'm going to do is I am going to put this lid that I have in the bottom of my container. Just like it looks like this. And then what I'm going to do, and I'm really sorry if you can't see this because I've got this kind of camera upside down, so it's hard to see what I'm doing, is I'm going to take these stakes and I'm going to put one through one end, out the other, so you can see what it looks like here, and I'm going to do that on the other side. Find a hole. Alright, now once that is done, what I can do is I could invert it. Have it stand like this, and if you take a look at the inside, I have a perfect spot to put my alcohol stove on, so it would look like this. And then my pot stand will look like this. Okay, so let's take a run and do it, because again, I just feel like playing with it, so I might as well shoot a video about it. So, here we go. So I'm just going to unscrew my stove, and I'm going to put water in that, and we're going to pull a timer on this as well. Basically, I'm going to time it on the stove, but actually I might use my phone. I have no idea where it is. But so what I'm going to do here is pour some alcohol, or ethanol. I use... Oh, poor camera. Fall down, go boom. Okay, here. Oh, change the legs on the side of the camera here. Problem with this camera, it's top heavy. Okay, so here we go. Pour some alcohol in here. Sometimes you gotta coax it to get in there. Okay guys, I'm back, and as you can see, alright guys, I'm back in the backyard, and maybe we'll get lucky, we'll see some pheasants come up. I had pheasants here this morning. Might as well just show you some of the tracks. Yeah, we're littered with pheasants here, so kind of lucky. We can't hunt them. Not yet anyway, but I think they're going to put a law up that we can soon because we're just littered with them. But anyway, I'm outdoors, and I'm going to show you the second part of this stove for use. Let's see if I can back up here a bit. Okay, so one thing I always carry with me, and again, I didn't take everything back into my kit, but again, this is the cotton swabs covered in Vaseline, my matches. I was going to use my lighter, but I left it out there inside, but that's not a big deal. I brought some lard with me and stainless steel, just to see if I can season this thing and make it last a little bit longer. Waste not, want not. Now, one thing I always carry, and doesn't matter if I have this stove or not, is this little bag here with all kinds of stuff that I collected on the way of camping trails and you name it. Anything that's, you know, fairly half decent dry, I always put it in here because you never know. Today it was snowing, and I would have had a hard time finding tinder. This will save me very easily, and very easy to you know, get this stuff. It's old man's beard in there. I've got a shelf fungus or tinder fungus, and I got a pile of these pine cones, which work really, really well on the stove. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to fill it up. But first, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys how to set the stove up, because there is a way to set this up to get the optimal efficiency in this. And what you do is, again, there's two pieces to the stove. Now you see there's a little line here. The way the plans are set up is that that has a line as well on the other one. And you see, if you line these up, you have these holes here. And these are holes, these holes here act just like your wood stove for your vent. If you wanted to not have as much, you just need to turn it. So you can use that whether it's in wind, non-windy situations, you name it. Again, I have some tin foil here as a windbreaker just in case, but today is a perfect day. It's not really windy, so I'm going to go ahead and fill this, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do, you know, for lighting it and things like that, and you're going to see the end product. I'm going to take that cover off, and I am just going to set this stuff aside here, and I want you guys to see this too, so I'm going to try to set it up. So here we go. I'm just going to throw some stuff in there. I'm going to fill it up. Hopefully I can get this taken off real quick. Sometimes it's hit and miss, sometimes it just doesn't want to take, but kind of funny, on windier conditions it takes really better because the air flows through the bottom and causes it to burn quicker. But again, this starts from the burn up, down. So this is what's kind of neat about this thing. Okay. Alright, so this is my method. Anybody else could do a different method, but here I've got these cones in there. Now you can use sticks, whatever, as long as it's dry. I'm going to shove some of that in here. I don't know why there's a piece of plastic in there. I must have picked it up on the trail. I always pick up crap and plastic and bottles. People, I wish they would just clean up. But anyway, it's a different topic. And I'm going to take some of this old man's beard and I'm going to put that on top of there as well. Ooh, this stuff's dry. It's like sandpaper. Alright, so I'm going to put that in there. And I'm going to spread it out. Like this. And this is a good fire starter too. If you want to have a bigger campfire, you can take the ashes or the coals afterwards and kind of use that as to start your fire. Okay, and now I'm going to take one of these cotton swabs. Hey guys, jeez, that guy's got a muffler on him. Anyway, I just want to let you guys know, probably a minute in, the fire was almost coming out. I think I stuffed it too much, so what I did is I put another piece of cotton, and I also put a piece of old man's beard in there, and now it's really going well. I think what I did is I stuffed it too much. Sometimes you can stuff this too much, and I have really the real dense pine cones in there, and not a whole lot of open ones, and I think that's what caused the problems, because you gotta have some sort of aeration in there. So anyway, I just want to show you what it kind of looks like without trying to burn my camera, but this is a better idea of how well it's working, and you can see the gasification on the sides here. I don't even know if that's a word, gasification, but anyway, you can see it's doing well. So I'm going to put it back on the pot here, and I just wanted to let you guys know it was my bad. I think I'm getting overly excited, but again, it's going. Alright guys, I'm back. I got pulled away from here for a bit. My wife was calling me in for a second. She needed help with the computer, but anyway, it's boiling. As you can see, it's a rolling boil. I don't know if you can see that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it off. I'd say it took a good 12-10 minutes. I mean, I was only in there for 2-3 minutes, so it took a while, but I mean, I made one mistake. I stuffed it too much. I shouldn't have done that. I'm going to pull this off, and just to give you an idea how much wood I've actually used in this, and I don't know if you can see it, but I haven't used a whole lot. Again, it starts from the top and works its way down. So I have enough to actually cook something with this again if I wanted to, or I could just keep throwing little pieces of wood or whatever I could find, and just keep the fire going in basically a survival situation. So I think this little rig is really good for that. Again, I just thought I'd share this with you. I like to thank all YouTube, bushcraft people. You guys give me all kinds of ideas. I enjoy it. Sometimes I make